Hi, and thank you again for inviting me back to your home or office, whichever the case may be. Apparently you're interested in how to cure the problem of coming over the top. And I had a gentleman write me several years ago, and he said, I've been to, and he named several of the top guys you see on the Golf Channel and stuff, and he said, I've been to them and none of them could fix me from coming over the top. What makes you think I should spend money with you and that you could do anything for me? And, you know, that's a good question because I'm not famous and they're famous. The only difference is I told him, I said, you fly out to California, and if I can't fix you from coming over the top in less than 15 minutes, I said, you're going to have to pay me for at least an hour of my time. But if I can't fix you in 15 minutes, I'll pay for your flight, your hotel, and everything else. That's how confident I am. Man, so you got to be kidding. I said, no. He said, how can I go wrong on that? I said, I don't know. Beats me. And he came out to see me, and he was totally astounded. He said, why aren't we hearing about this? How come no one, how come no one talks about anything this simple? How can it be this easy? There are two things in every golf shot that I look at. And that's why I don't need to see any film or anything when someone writes or calls or does anything and wants to buy information from me, or just want, if they're in one of my deals where I offer my services as part of the program, which I have products like that. But I'm going to offer you some opportunities to spend some money and buy some of my products and services and things I do. Trust me, I'm not going to, I'm not going to stand here and do this all the time and not charge you, but I want you to see who I am. I feel like the best way that I can, the most honest way for me to ever want to ask money from you is for me to do what I've been doing here these last couple of times together. You tell me what the golf ball does most of the time. Looking at this camera dead smack on, if that's the target line, you tell me where your ball starts, over here somewhere, right at it, or over here somewhere, and then it slices or hooks high or low, and I'll fix you sight unseen. And that's not bragging on me. That's what I want to show you how to do, okay? There's no reason for you to be spending money taking golf lessons once you can understand this for yourself. Golfers write all the time, Daryl, no one said this. Well, they said, now I can fix myself. And there's a guy, 18, 20 handicappers are saying, I can fix myself. This is way more fun. I don't play at a better level. I don't practice enough, don't have time. But if I'm slicing for the first on the driving range, I know how to stop it. If I don't want to slice, I know how to draw the ball if I want to on the golf course. Or not slice it as much. Either way. That's fun for me. And that's what we're here for. So we're talking now. Last time we were, toward the end there, we talked about how that you really want the ball to get from here to there. You don't want the ball going from here to over there or here to over there. You want it from here to there. Now, you don't care if it does that to get there or this to get there. You just don't want it going here and then curving in flight. So the number one thing that you need to watch and learn about is path, swing path. Okay, now we're talking about fixing you from coming over the top. I had a lot of physics in school. I wanted to be an engineer, not trained, mechanical engineer when I went to college. So I've had a lot of engineering courses and stuff, and they're just some pure facts of physics, basic old everyday physics that any engineer will back up for you and guarantee that, yeah, that's correct. You should be able to look at your golf shot and see two things. Every time. A third one you'll notice anyhow, but two things you should learn to see. As soon as you look up from your shot, you should see if the golf ball is left, right, or on target within 30 to 50 yards. Okay, where's it starting? Golfers, they used to come in the golf shop when I managed years ago and they say, Daryl, how do I fix this slice? I'm so tired of it. I'd ask them an honest question. Does your golf ball start left, center, or right of the fairway before it slices? They just all slice. Well, they have not learned to pay attention. Did you get that? They haven't learned to pay attention. I know you don't hit them all exactly the same, but if you're hitting most of your shots, so typically they start left and then slice, then there's a certain thing you're doing. If you're hitting it on target and it's slicing, there's another thing you're doing. If you're hitting it to the right and slicing, there's a third thing you're doing. And I need you to start looking to see where the ball's going. And it's, see, all of you golfers see the golf ball curving. I don't see that. I see it, but that's not what I'm looking for. I look for the first 50 yards, where's it going? Then I look at the curve as an angle. So I see a straight line with an angle. So a slice to me, teaching a right-hander, starts over here and has an angle to the right. Or starts over here and has an angle to the right. I want to know, first of all, where did the ball start in relation to target before it took off slicing, okay? You're going to see why in just one moment. In fact, I'll tell you why right now. Now, in physics, if two objects collide, let's say this one's going here and this one's going here. If this one hits this one, then this one's going to go in the direction of this force, okay? So the direction of the force is transferred into the object. That's just plain simple English. That's not put into any type of physics for you, but that's what happens. So what that means, now, there's a lot of argument out today, and I'm not going to go into a lot of it. The machines are showing that, yeah, the club face is pretty square, and if the club face is crooked, the ball's going crooked. I know that. But I tell students, and I have for years and years and years, that for the most part, the golf ball is going to fly in the direction that you're swinging this club. You see how that swing's coming to you? I'll show you the difference so you can see it. Now, I'm no longer swinging at the camera, am I? I'm swinging over here. Now I'm swinging way out to the right. You follow that? That's swing path. That's what I did with the man that came to see me from back east. I stood over there in relation to the camera. I said, swing the club at me. He did. I went over there and stood and I said, swing the club at me. He went. I said, well, we just fixed you from swinging over the top. He said, can't be that simple. You didn't do anything with my swing. I said, didn't need to. It's all path. You were swinging the wrong direction. You can stand here with a golf club and swing the thing any number of directions, but there's some things you're going to find out in that process that I'm going to share with you just for a few minutes here. There are only certain places you can swing the club because of the way the human body's made, depending on how you swing. What I mean by that is most golfers have been taught to keep their hands quiet and swing with their arms. When the arms swing, the head moves, the shoulders move, we come over the top, what they call over the top of the back shoulder, and we swing left of target for right-handers. It's very simple. We're here, we pull down with our arms, and the first move, I'm exaggerating, but the first move is here. The only place we can swing the club is over there. Now you try this yourself, either in your house or out on the range. You take the club and using your arms and saving your hands, try to swing out there to the right with any kind of force and authority and strength and club head speed. The human body cannot do it. That's why you keep hitting the ball left, because you're told to get the hands out of the swing and use your arms, save the angle. All of that makes you swing left. You can't help it. It's the way the human body is made. That's why it's so hard for you to swing over there, because you can't do it. Swing your arms. Now take your club and just kind of let it flick. See, my arms aren't going anywhere, but the club's swinging. Take that motion, stand on your back foot, and you can make the club go out to the right very easily. The truth is, you can take that and increase that and get it really zipping over there. That's how you fix coming over the top. Get your weight a little bit on the backside. With it on the backside, if your head does not stay over the ball like we've been told, but get just a little tilt in the chest, drop the shoulder. I've heard a lot of kinds of things. I like to say tilt the chest just a little bit because it kicks the hip forward a little bit all at the same time. It's very slight. You get here, so you have 60-70% on your back foot of your weight. It's very easy then to allow this shoulder not to go under, but let the left shoulder go what feels like around. Now see the head moving on the trees in the background? It feels like you're going to set something down. It's the same motion. You're just going to take the club and I tell people, just toss it over there. Okay? You just toss it over there. That enables you to get enough front shoulder turn to easily swing the club out to the right. Now, in golf, to hit a good shot, you don't need to swing way over there. You just need to swing over there a little bit. I mean, it's so slight. Because you're not used to it, it'll feel like a lot. But the way you fix coming over the top is, number one, you cannot swing it with your arms and shoulders for power and save the angle, because when you do that, the only place you can swing the club is left. All of the camera work on the touring pros makes them look like they're doing that, but they're not. If you feel like you use your hands and fingers to throw the club head at the ground, all of this drops automatically. We have all this angle saved, but there's no tension, so we didn't do anything intentionally on purpose to make it happen. So all we're doing today, hopefully last time, I think you probably wouldn't be here now if it weren't for you going out to the range and hitting a few shots and hooking them and pulling them and what have you, and working on the draw and the hook. I told you not to worry about the direction of it, because now that you see how to get the ball hooking and drawing by letting the toe come around it like the ping pong ball, now we've got to quit swinging over here, and we've got to let our hands rotate, not try to keep the club face square, let them rotate naturally, and swing the golf club slightly out to the right. That way our golf ball will start where we're swinging, then the club face curling around the toe. You can't curl the club face around the toe saving the angle. You can only do it like, it'll feel like, golfers, like it's a baseball swing. It'll feel just like a baseball swing is what it'll feel like. When you do that, you'll notice how the hands work. They don't overwork. Don't let your backhand do all the work and overdo it. But you'll be able to get on your back foot and swing a little to the right, so you can start the ball over here and apply the draw that you learned to hit from last time. So you're not drawing it over, not pulling it and drawing it. You can hit it to the right and draw it. That combination will begin to get your golf ball so you can hit it to the edge of the fairway and let it cross over a little bit. Use an iron and hit it, or a hybrid, hit it outside or the edge of the green and let it cross over. Okay? You're not going to hit it straight. It doesn't exist. There's a breeze here right now. You can hear some of my chimes playing. There's hardly ever no breeze anywhere. You can either start the ball. Now you don't use that release. And when you're swinging left and you're slicing, you're pulling with your hands and arms, saving the angle. The hands aren't working and the club face is lagging open. So you're hitting it here and working it back. If you take that and just close the club face in your hands a little bit, just a little bit, doesn't take a lot, your golf ball won't slice as much, and you'll teach yourself how to hit a soft fade that's very, very, very controllable and a lot of fun to play golf with, because you know where the ball's going. The draw and the hook always look good. They're hard to control. Everybody thinks they'd be the greatest thing in the world. You will have to hit thousands and thousands of practice balls to control a draw or hook. You only need to hit a handful of them to learn to do it. But to learn to control it, Lee Trevino said it best. He says a fade, you can talk to a fade, but he says, man, a hook, they're deaf. They don't listen to anything you do. So keep that in mind. So now go back to the range. First of all, if you've liked what you've heard, if this is of interest to you, what I do and how I do it, then we're going to show you some more information down below and give you an opportunity to go ahead and spend some money. Start out small and learn a little bit more and see what can happen to your golf game. I'm not saying you're going to go from a 20 or 25 handicap to professional. Although I helped my dentist go from a 27 to a 0. I won't tell you that's in one season. That took 7 seasons because it takes time. But he went from the 27 to a 0. I've seen scads, hundreds and hundreds of golfers go from an 18 to 25 handicap and go down to single digit just since they started learning how to keep the ball in play and worked on their short game. Get rid of the penalties and work on your short game. So anyhow, I really appreciate you letting me come and visit and share time with you. My name is Daryl Klassen. I'm a PGA professional. I'm not very young. I'm not slim and trim like all the kids are today that you see. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. One guy wrote one time and acted like, well, if you were 100 pounds lighter, you'd be smarter. And my weight and the fact that I've had all my hips and knees replaced has nothing to do with what I know about this guy.